I went to singles night 2 days ago here in Chicago at a bar. Girls. Woo! Maybe you can handle it, but I couldn't. And I'm not afraid to say that I couldn't handle it, okay? You go in there, they're like, he goes, you here for the event? And I'm like, event? And he's like, singles night. I'm like, oh my God, like it's a slur. Jesus Christ. He's like, here's a sticker. I'm like, okay, I took the sticker. I'm moving to my friend and I. We go in there together. She's, mind you, skinny blonde. Yeah, I know. It was hard. We get in there, we walk in. I'm like, okay. A lot of women. A lot of single women. Men aren't lonely enough. Because we're not even at singles night. Right, you're not swiping. So you're not going to go to singles night? It's not adding up. So we get a drink. We're walking around. I'm like, okay, this is cute. Scanning the room. A lot of men sitting with the boys, not talking to the women. I'm like, okay, so we want a boys' night. You can have a boys' night, but you do have a green sticker on, so I know you're here for the event, okay? People came up to us, and by us, I mean my skinny blonde friend. And this is the thing, is you bitches couldn't handle this, okay? And neither could I. I went home and I went to my friend's apartment and I did cry. Okay? God. Is it a crime to just shed a little tear? Oh my God, whatever. I'm just not at the point in my life where I can go to things like that because, oh my God, it's humiliating. Men want to be princesses so bad, no one's talking to you, and it's outnumbered. There's so many women. I was like, oh my God, this is just not something that, and I am walking in the rain. And I'm being cinematic. Oh my God, where's my Romeo? No. It actually made me sick to my...
How many times have we heard this now? You know, they go to single events, outnumbered. Not much, man. This is something that I think we can admit as a generation. We're not as good as communicating as before. I think from my well, I'm technically Gen Z, but the younger Gen Z is even worse. The ones who like went through COVID and stuff like in like prime developmental years. I think it's even worse for them. But my generation is not going to be good as the generation before because the older people, they actually had to, like if you're a man and you're 40, 50, there would have been a time where you're dating and you have to approach a woman and you have to be able to talk to women and you like in person, cold approaching. This is a skill that you had to have. And if you didn't have it, you ain't gonna bitch. Okay? Now is different. Everything's online. So men just aren't as good socially as they once were. Okay? You combine that with everything else. Yeah, man. I can see how a lot of guys, you know, they go to these singles events and they're socially awkward. They're weird. You know what I'm saying? They come to a singles event, they want to talk to the women. They're like, damn. They're all nervous and shit. I can see why that would be a thing. You know what I'm saying? But the singles events in general, we know why men don't really go in, like, because why would you want to do that? But I spoke about this yesterday. Ladies say, oh, if men aren't approaching you, it's because you're intimidating and you're doing something right. And it's like, that could be the case. It could be one factor, but it could also be that there are other women who are like better options or they find them more attractive. And this is kind of what this woman experienced as well. The guys were approaching her skinny blonde friend and not her.
If nobody gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. 1,000 women showing up to a singles event. You know what that says? You know what that's showing y'all? Bro, no high value men is pulling up to no singles event. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. Like, when niggas that get, I ain't gonna say bitches, right? Niggas that get women, bro, they don't even gotta leave the house. They get women in the comfort of their home. So if a nigga is going out, like, this is not me shaming niggas that go out to singles event, right? But if a nigga is going out to a singles event, I promise you, bro, that's not the type of nigga they looking for anyways, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all got the audacity to want to still pick and choose, like, yo. And then you at a singles event, that means you technically couldn't get the man that you want. Ladies, but y'all don't want, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to hear that though, you know what I'm saying? Let me be smooth.
In reality, most women, would they like a high value man? Sure, but they don't really care, okay? Most women just want someone that's on their level or a little bit better than they are. Financially, I'm talking about. Actually, just in general, right? These women aren't showing up to singles events expecting 100K, 6 foot. They just want the guys on their level. Those guys aren't even showing up. That's the problem. They ain't even interested in these singles events. And the woman said it in a video that men are lonely, but they're not showing up because they're not that lonely.
If you think dating someone below your socioeconomic status is elitist, then you're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. I feel like the nuance in that conversation that is missing is the fact that as a woman, it is so dangerous to date a man who you make significantly more money than, or a man who maybe does not have as much education as you, someone who did not go to college. It's actually physically and mentally dangerous because men's ego are so fragile. Most, not all. The way they will try to humble their woman if their woman is doing better than them, it's disgusting. It's disgusting and it's sad. They will humble you any chance they get. They want to make you feel inferior to them. Why? Because they already feel inferior to you. Your success makes them feel like less than a man. Now, obviously, secure men that are doing well for themselves, they don't feel this way, I'm sure. But the insecure ones, they will beat the shit out of you. They will literally beat the shit out of you. They will neg you. They will make fun of you. They will make you feel embarrassed. They will make you feel ashamed because their ego is so fragile. And every successful moment you have is their ego breaking again. Simply put, it's not safe. Very simply put, it's not safe. And if you think that is elitist, I don't really know what to tell you.
It's always based off their personal experience. And that's not how the world operates. I think it's okay to give your personal experience, but you also have to understand that there's a world outside of you. Oh, you date a man with less money with you, they will physically beat you. You think that's a normal thing? You think men just beat, like, that's a normal thing in terms of what the majority of men are just beating women. And if the majority of men find themselves in a relationship dynamic where the woman out-earns them, he's gonna beat them or be physically. Maybe that's your experience, people around you. Okay, but generally speaking, men don't care if their women out-earn them. They really don't. This is total projection. The concept of dating down is only one in which women adhere to. Imagine if men had that view on it, wouldn't work. Women with money, women who are successful, they live a certain lifestyle. And they want the man to be able to live that lifestyle by himself because women don't want to have to drag men up like how men would drag women up. Because of that, oftentimes they're going to start projecting that. They're going to start to view everything that guy does as jealousy. In reality, you're just projecting. Most times. Not all times. There will be some men who are genuinely jealous. Some men who generally are that insecure. But oftentimes, it's just not the case.
Do you know that most marriages in Nigeria, I'm not saying everything because I know that your examples are going to be coming from the other 10%, but I'm going to give you 90%. Most 90% of marriages in Nigeria, because we're coming down to home, favors the men than the women. And
Where do you get your numbers from? How do you get to 90%?
I got it's quite obvious.
You just quote data.
I'm not going to say statistics.
No, exactly.
They
don't quote numbers if you don't have backings. So if you're going to talk to someone like me,
except you're lying to yourself.
No. I'm not.
We both
90%.
know.
Where did you get the
and
number
I'll give you the reasons.
How did you get the number? Where did you get 90% from?
I'm not going to say statistics.
Then don't put numbers. Don't just put numbers.
But even if you check it, Google it, it will also tell you the same thing.
No, we can quickly do that. No, anyways, but yeah, go ahead. I hear you.
Google it, it will tell you that.
Okay.
But then let's go to the reasons why I said that.
Okay.
Now, first, for a man in marriage, I think the only burden a man carries in when you marry is probably financial burden, which I can say most times the women also carry that burden.
Yes.
And the women carry not just financial burden, they carry emotional burden.
Okay.
They even down to spiritual, because when I don't marry, I'm praying for two, not one. Do you know what that is?
So what makes
a woman is
why is the man not praying? What makes you think the man doesn't pray? What makes you think men don't have emotional burdens? So again, where do you get your numbers from?
Between your mom and your dad, who is the prayerful one?
My dad.
You're lying because you want to just counter.
You just call me a liar.
Yes, because
you're
not telling yourself that
Do you know my dad?
See,
have you met my mom?
I have not met him.
Thank you.
Okay.
In reality, what is the point of speaking about relationships with feminists? This debate doesn't even make sense because it's not a debate. Oh, who does marriage benefit more? Who cares? It should be a mutually beneficial thing. People should go into these things not to compete with each other, but everything is a competition. Everything is a competition for feminists because that's how they were designed. It's not enough to be happy. They have to tell you that it's worse for them and you're more privileged and you should be, on your knees thankful or whatever the case is. Or you just have to acknowledge how easy it is for you. It's supposed to be a marriage. If you both do your job properly, it's going to be a mutually beneficial thing where both people are happy and thriving.
Am I wrong in my views around financial etiquette? I don't think when you're dating someone, you have any jurisdiction over their finances and they have none over yours, and you should both govern yourselves independently of each other. That means you can't be jealous when they do things for their friends, that you can't be jealous when they do things for their family, and you should be able to support your lifestyle completely separate of them when you meet them and going forward in the early stages of the relationship. Until things get serious, in my eyes, you should set the tone. So you should be showing them, I cover this for myself, I do this for myself, match my vibe. And in doing so, what you'll find is that it's like you filter out the weak. People who see, maybe she's a bit too much out of my league because she has her own house, she has her own car, she has a very strong support network that support her financially, support her emotionally. I think that it's going to make someone do I have a big chest?
So I didn't know that this was a thing. I'll be real. Getting jealous of the person that you're in a relationship with doing things for their friends. Hovering over their finances. Even though you're just dating. I didn't know that was a thing. However, I've seen a few videos of women being upset at dating men who are the first ones in their families to make money. And they be taking care of their mums, for example. And that kind of irks them. And I remember seeing those videos and watching this made me think back, oh no, this actually is a thing. Which I find crazy. If this woman here is successful, for example, and she's doing all these things with her life, if she finds herself with a man who isn't as successful as she is, hasn't accomplished what she has, who the hell is that man to be telling you what to do with your finances? You're not on this level. You don't know what it takes. And vice versa. Why the hell would a woman think she could tell me anything about my money when she hasn't done what I've done or haven't achieved what I achieved? Now, if I'm in a situation where I'm struggling, but I'm helping other people out, I'm going out like MC Hammer, okay? I'm helping other people out and I'm struggling. I think she has every right to look at that and go, that's financially irresponsible what you're doing. And going forward, that could hurt the relationship that you're in. But if your man is doing decently well and he's taking care of business, he's, helping people out, but he's fine, he's good, he's chilling, he's doing everything he needs to do, just be quiet. Literally.
One of your problem is when you think a white man will treat you better than a black man. It's a man! Have we lost the plot? You're losing the plot. You are losing the plot.
You will never make it. This video. This video is giving me that vibe. I'm going to put it at the end of the video. You will never make it. You will never make it.
It's a man. It doesn't matter what race, what tall, long, short, skinny, big back. It doesn't matter. It's still a man.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't.